changed, and you promised us a referendum in or out of the European Union. Is that still a promise?
Yes, we've said in our manifesto before any other powers can be given to Brussels. The British people should have a vote on Britain's membership of the European Union in or out. We think that's the question that people actually want to debate. They've not had a chance to vote on that for well over 30 years. It's actually a question I think would divide the other two old parties very seriously. I mean, take the Conservative Party for one case. They're no longer divided between pro-Europeans and anti-Europeans. They're divided between those Conservative candidates who want to pull Britain out of the European Union altogether and those who are just anti-European but would stay in there. That is not the way to run a British government.
So it sounds like you're confident of a yes vote. I wonder if you've thought through what would be the consequences for the UK economy, for example, of a no vote.
We are very confident of a yes vote. The case for Europe is so strong on the economy, on the environment, on tackling international crime, on tackling terrorism.
Under a referendum the whole issue of Britain's membership of the European Union. That's what a Lib Dem government would do.
I think before we put more powers into Brussels, before there's another treaty is signed like Nice or Amsterdam or Lisbon or whatever, there should be an in-out referendum, yes.
Just very briefly, would you like that referendum?
Well, no, just at the time when we would be dealing in a new government with the most serious financial position in government in decades, with the situation in Afghanistan, with the Iranian problem we've just with the Middle East peace process we haven't discussed, the Liberals will give us a referendum on something that people don't want.
I presume in any coalition talks, Mr Miliband, you wouldn't agree to a referendum.
We're not thinking about that. Look, European leaders agreed in December 2007, no more institutional reform for 10 years. Europe is about our prosperity, our jobs, our influence in the world. That's where we should be focusing.
All right, thank you for that. Time now for our three parties to make their final pitches to you as to why their party has the best policies on foreign affairs. In reverse order this time, 30 seconds, and from where you're standing, starting with David Miliband.
Thank you. Foreign policy is about judgment and leadership based on clear values and a clear understanding of the modern world. I believe that the consensus that we have achieved this afternoon on Afghanistan is significant and important for the country. But there's also a big choice. How do we get influence and how do we get alliances around the world? We say engage and lead. Britain can make a difference around the world. Don't believe the Tory scare tactics about Europe out to get us or even China out to overrun us. The world wants an internationalist and engaged Britain. That's what I hope you will vote for on May the 6th.
William Hague.
At the moment, Britain is shrinking in world affairs, and it's vital to put that right. If we are going to maintain and even extend our influence in the future, then we have to get organised in the way I described at the beginning of the programme, with the whole of British government, not just the foreign affairs spokesman, but the spokesman across all the domestic departments, promoting the interests and alliances of this country beyond Europe and North America, all over the world. And that is what a Conservative government will set out to do strategically and systematically.
Ed Davey.
The two old parties haven't learned from their past mistakes, so they can't offer change. They won't change their minds on Trident. They won't admit they made a mistake in Iraq. They won't offer our troops a fairer pay deal. And they won't let Britain stand tall in Europe so it can stand taller in the world. If you choose to vote Liberal Democrat, you will choose to reject the mistakes of these two old parties, and you'll vote for a strong and principled foreign policy.
And that's all we've time for this first debate. My thanks to Ed Davey, William Hague and David Miliband. Tomorrow it's the turn of the wannabe Home Secretaries as we ask who's best placed to make Britain a safer place to live. Now, if you want to put a question to them, you can send one to us by visiting our debates website, where you can also find out more about all the debates and the party's policies. I'll be back tonight at 11:30 on BBC One for This Week. And don't forget, there's another hour of the Daily Politics tomorrow morning at 11:30 on BBC Two. But for now, from Mark Urban and myself, bye-bye.